there are 10 generators being powered. These 10 generators have remained constant for the 27 months of operation. And I asked somebody who is a specialist in generator, what is the average consumption of a 100 kVA generator per hour? He said 13.5 liters per hour.
Okay.
I said, okay, I want to also further consider that in the entire 27 months under reference,
there was no public power supply.
There was no public power supply for 1 minute.
Okay.
And these generators were running on 24 hours basis. If you multiply 10 generators times 13.5 liters per hour times 24 hours times 365 days, it will not give you 6 milliliters. It will give you just about 3 milliliters, which means half of the money is a fraud. And this money is being paid directly in cash to the supplier, thus denying the value-added tax and also the tax meant for the state. Value-added tax is supposed to be remitted to the federal revenue for sharing among all the 37 tiers of government. This is a simple example. Or you come and tell people like that in 3 months, you constructed culverts and gutters worth 1.8 billion naira. Incidentally, and as God will have it now, when I raised alarm that these jobs have not been done, in the last 5-6 days now, they have mobilized to all those locations and doing the drainages and the gutters and the culverts now. I can give you endless examples. I have 1,001 examples of infraction, deceit, wholesale and retail deception, lying and cheating in the name of governance.
Well, sir, again, if that could worsen security, I mean, we see some parts of Kaduna, for instance, we've seen Mohammed Ahmed Makapi for 8 years. Of course, for the Sharia crisis, Kaduna will have been peaceful. For his successor, Mohammed Nawad Disambo, I mean, he was lucky that for the period he was around, there was no any problem at all. Even though Operation Yaki was at its best then, the state security outfit. His successor, late Patrick Ibrahim Yakowa, we saw a little bit of the attacks in the southern part of the state, and unfortunately the what is it called, the Boko Haram, explosion of IEDs here and there. Aside that, we didn't witness much. But since the coming of this administration, we're seeing again the rearing of ugly heads of killing, especially in the southern part of Kaduna.
It has been the spillover since 1985 during the first Zongo crisis. And the issue is, the moment you don't punish, you forgive. Perpetrators of crime, there is a tendency for them to continue multiplying geometrically. That was precisely what happened. The worst of those crises was the one that was presided over by Justice Okibo. Justice Okibo passed judgment on the people that he found guilty. He found them guilty. He sentenced them, some to death, some to life imprisonment, some to certain terms of imprisonment. But Ibrahim Babangida, in his best of knowledge, decided to forgive them. From that time when he extended that amnesty to them, from that time, the perpetrators of crime across the entire north became emboldened, knowing fully well that maybe somewhere, somehow, someday, somebody will come and calculate or miscalculate and set them free. Until such a time when you punish, irrespective of who are those involved, you close your eyes, you extend the wrath of the law. For that long, there will continue to be these killings in southern Kaduna.
Unfortunately, not just southern Kaduna, because we are having kidnapping, abduction coming to almost close to the city center. Millennium City here.
But for your information, those people who kidnapped an Islamic cleric, Sheikh Ahmed Suleiman, and 2 others along Sokoto Road, were brought to Katsina, were arrested by the security agencies, were charged to court, and they were given bail. And they have jumped bail now. I'm saying it in public now. They have jumped bail. They are no more in the prison of Katsina. They were granted bail under mysterious, questionable circumstances. And they are saying people should keep quiet.
Well, but we're seeing that extend to other states, because kidnapping is coming to Millennium City, to Ross, very close.
That's right.
Where we are sitting.
Yeah, it's all over.
I mean, again, after talking about billions being spent on drones and several other...
let me tell you one thing. There was a time I went to Dusimma, Katsina, Malampashi, Daura, Binnungwari, Kaduna, Katsiya prisons. to set culprits out. Those with lesser offenses. For those with fines, small fines, I pay for them. There is this incident that will remain in my life forever. I went to do some, and after I paid about 28 people,
Okay.
one of them said, I'm not going out. Don't pay for me.
You prefer staying in?
Yes, I said, why? He said, if I go out, the first person I will kill is my imam. I swear to God. I said, why? He said, I stole a goat.
Okay.
I was taken to the court. I was sentenced to 6 months imprisonment, 3,000 fine.
An option of fine?
And no.
Okay.
No.
Okay, now. Okay.
6 months.
6 months.
Plus 3,000 fine with 6,000 restitution for the owner of the goat. He said, Alaji. He said, how's man? From Dusama. He said, I have spent 6 months. This is my 7th year in the prison. Nobody came to pay for that 9,000 fine for me. He said, in my mosque, there is no money, no Friday that I don't give money. So is that money only meant to be shared among the imams and other officials of the mosque? And I felt extremely sad.
No, but the imam didn't have to go and steal.
No, but that notwithstanding, an imam is supposed to be a soul saver. They are supposed to be visiting these prisons from time to time, not only for preaching, but to save people who are free, who are lesser offenders. You can understand the psyche he's talking about. Now, these kidnappings you are seeing, this maimings and arson, have a linear relationship between the exotic lifestyle of people in governance and the apparent abject poverty people are falling into every day. You see your friend who was in abject poverty 2 years ago, who was appointed either a commissioner or whatever position in governance, or who contested to become a local government chairman. Suddenly, he is now swimming in millions or in billions. And you begin to ask yourself, what offense have you committed? Things like this, if you meet somebody who is of weak heart, he will be inclined to go into crime. There is a linear relationship between the abundance of the social contract between the governed and those in governance, and the behavior, negative as it is, attitude of people tilting towards crime increasing geometrically.
Well, that takes us to the rumored resignation of mass resignation of military guys. I think the army precisely, people were saying, and people will ask, if today you place an advert out there for recruitment, thousands of Nigerian youths will apply to get enrolled into this. But isn't there a contradiction that in hundreds will actually tender their resignation from the services?
You see, it is interesting. A journalist like you always ask one question about a program. Have I balanced it? Just like an accountant will ask you, have my books balanced? A banker will ask you, will I make profit? A politician will ask you, is my decision going to be popular? A diplomat will ask you, is it politic? A coward will ask you, is it safe? But people of conscience will ask only one question: is it right?
Okay. And
once the answer it is right, they will go ahead to do it, irrespective of the consequences and the circumstances. Okay. If the alleged resignation of this military guys comes to be true, I am sure it is out of good conscience that they are resigning.
Okay.
Because they have lesser what? Lesser what? Lesser fighting power. Their spirits are low. Their allowances is not being paid as at and when due. They are fighting under extreme pressure and under extreme betrayal. This is what is being reported in the media by the day. I am sure if they have resigned, and there is nothing wrong with